Hey everybody, it's Eric here again. I got another installment of Drag Racing 101. Today we're going to cover the starting line. We're going to cover the burnout boxes. So a lot of information to cover. I'm going to try and keep the video short so nobody gets bored. So a lot to go here. So let's dive into it. First of all, I have a visual here that I made. Not very great artwork, but basically what we have here is water boxes, which you're going to roll through with. When you drive your car, you're going to actually drive it through. It's to get your tires wet. What it does is that helps that you can break your rear tires loose. So basically what they're going to do is they have you roll through here. As your rear tire sits in here, they're going to have you, spin your tire. That's not where you do the burnout. This is just where you're going to spin the tire a little bit just to get water on your tread. And then they're going to have you pull forward to about here. Okay? And that's where they're going to have you start the burnout. The guy's going to give you the signal to do your burnout. So you do your burnout. Now, usually what I'll do is let me back up. When I come out of here, I do it in first gear. As I'm rolling forward, I shift into second gear. So when I start my burnout, I'm in second gear. So basically, when I'm given the signal to do the burnout, I'm starting in second gear. Take it all the way up to about 7,000 RPMs, at which point I will shift into high gear, third gear, and at that point, I will let off my line lock, which releases the front brakes on the car, at which point the car will then move to my pre-staged light. Okay, so I have a little visual here. I'm going to start here. I don't know how well you can see it, but see now, at that point, the pre-staged light, when you roll forward and you hit this beam here, this light on the actual Christmas tree is going to come on. Okay, so let me go ahead and trip it on the lane that I'm in here. So I'm going to hit the switch. Now you see, now I'm pre-stage. So I'm at this line here, okay, at this point. That's to let you know that the starting line is near. So what you're going to do is either you can idle up to the stage line, you can bring your RPMs up a little bit and bump in, however you want to do it. Those are the two methods I know of. Like I said, if somebody has a different way, please let me know. But you go up to then you're going to go up to your stage. So now I'm going to roll on my stage. Now my opponent's already staged. He's waiting for me. So now I'm going to go ahead and roll into my stage beam, and I'm going to hold it. See? Now, see the red light there. Okay, now here's the deal. The red light is right here. So in other words, I'm sure you probably heard of the term deep staging. That's when you go to the point where this bulb, your stage bulb, actually goes out. The only problem with deep staging is, man, you are like crowding that red light. And if you even as much as jump a little bit, I mean, you're gonna foul almost right away. So usually what I'll do is when I'm on my stage, when my front tire is on that stage beam, I will literally bring the RPMs up to about 1,500 RPM, and I will do 2 long pumps of the brakes so the car actually moves forward. Okay, because now, but usually between here and here is about 6 inches. Now there's no mandated distance, as far as I know. NHRA does not mandate a distance between your staged and your red light beam. I'm assuming it's a little different for each track. I'm not sure. If somebody does know if that's an actual regulation, let me know. So now we're here at this stage, okay, and we're waiting for the green light to come down. So we're sitting here. We're up on the converter wherever you're launching, 2,500, 3,000, 4,000 RPM, wherever you're going to launch at, and then you're waiting for that green to come down. So that green's going to come down, and then you're gonna leave. So as soon as your front tire exits that beam, that light gets complete. Remember, it's a laser beam that literally shoots across the track. So when your tire's blocking that beam, that's when it lights the light. When your tire goes through and the beam's completed, that's when it's going to start your timer. Okay, so now you're rolling. Okay, and the time it takes from when your green light comes on to when that car actually breaks that beam is known as your reaction. Okay, and I talked about this before, how important reaction time really is. And it is. It's a very important thing because like I said, with bracket racing, it's all done with the theory of we're staggering the Christmas tree lights that come down that start the race. We're staggering them according to your dial-in. Remember, I touched on that on my previous videos, was about the whole dial-in and how that's, how that, needs to be figured out so they know how much to stagger the lights by. So basically, the only, in theory, the only variance really is your reaction time. So that's why it's very important for that reaction time to be as close to 000 as possible, because then that maximizes your chances of winning the race over your opponent. Now, I'm not saying your opponent's probably a slouch. Let me give an example. Let's say you're in elimination rounds and you're strapped in your car, you did your burnout, you have your dial-in on, you have the car staged, you're up on the converter, you're ready for that tree to come down, okay? So you're up there, you're thinking all kinds of things in your head, and that's the worst thing. Let me just give you a word of advice. If you decide to make a pass and you get up there and you're sitting at the starting line, that tree comes down, the last thing you want to do is think, because then you're going to be late. You have to train yourself, and this is something I struggle with. I struggle very much with thinking at the starting line, and what ended up happening, I'd be dead late, and my reaction times are horrible. So you have to react. And it's like, really, how hard could that be? Maybe for some people that's easy. For me, it was a hard habit for me to break, to not just sit there in the car, watch the light come down, and I'd be thinking, oh, the green bulb's on in my car. I didn't even get off the brake yet. So I might as well not even have made the pass because I was so late. It was ridiculous. But anyway, getting back to my point of reaction time, the closest you can get to 000 without going red, which means foul start, the better. Because if your opponent's really sharp, he might have a .003 light, okay? That's tough to beat. Unless his car doesn't run a number, it's be really hard to beat that. Now, the whole thing is, if he's 003, let's say you're really on it and you have a 001. Okay, so now you have a 2000s advantage already on the starting line. And from what I understand, if my math is correct, if you have 2000s off the starting line, if you multiply that by 4, that's going to be the difference at the other end. It's assuming that both cars run perfectly on their dial-in. So you could have an 8 thou advantage just by having a 2 thou advantage at the starting line. And it could go the other way. If you're dead late, that he's going to have how much, unless his car brakes, doesn't run a number, he's going to have that much of an advantage. Also, I don't think I'm going to cover it today, but I know maybe you saw on the visual I had a 60-foot in transition on there. We're going to cover that next time. Right now, basically where we're at, the tree came down, you let off the brake, you mashed the throttle. That's kind of where we're at. And we're going to leave it there for right now because that's a lot of information to kind of digest. Like I said, between the burnout box, the water box, the pre-stage, the staged, and the actual leaving and the red lighting and all that other stuff, it's a lot of information to digest. I get it. But it's very crucial. Again, the start of the race is very crucial because that's where a lot of races are won and lost, is right on the starting line. And one of the key things is car placement, getting your car at the same spot on the starting line every time, and being able to cut a reaction time reacting to the last amber when it comes down. So once you understand that, it makes sense. It took me, heck, I had my car 21 years, and I'm finally at the point I understand now what I need to do with the brakes and the throttle and so I can put it at just about the same spot every pass on that starting line, so I can be consistent in my reaction times and things like that. So with that being said, I hope this video helps. Hope maybe you learned something new. And maybe you're watching this video like, Eric, what about this? Please put it in the comments and say, hey, here's something I tried, or here's an idea I have. And I'll check it out and I will share it in the next video or an upcoming video or however, and just kind of throw it out there so that way everybody can benefit from this. Everybody take care, watch out for each other. Have a great day. And remember to like and subscribe if you could. Give some comments. Check me out on Instagram, Eric Snyder 26. I'm going to have some stuff posted today. Check it out and see if you like it. All right? Everybody take care. All right. Bye-bye now.